Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Welcome to Angry Old Dudes, episode 9. The gay episode. That's why I'm kicking this off.
You just love to piss me off, don't you?
Oh, so much so.
Great.
You wanted to tell me that I'm stupid and that's why I don't understand music. In so many words.
We'll get onto that later.
We will get onto that later.
Coming up here soon, that is August 22nd, the upstairs at the Thompson House. That is He Is Legend, Sleepwave, and Locals Glass World. They only have a few tickets left. If you're lucky enough to get one before this airs, hooray. If not, hit up somebody in Glass World. August 22nd, that is 7 seconds.
26th.
26th, August 26th.
Is 7 seconds of the Southgate House revival. August 27th is...
Is that all you got to say about that?
Yeah, it's 7 seconds at the Southgate House revival. I don't know how much it is. Sorry. Look it up. Go to southgatehouserevival.com.
We're the worst news team in the world.
I mean, it's 7 seconds. Either you're listening to this and saying, hey, I don't know who 7 seconds is, or you're listening to this and going, hey, I love 7 seconds, and it's at the Southgate House, and I'm going to be there. Or you're going to say, fuck 7 seconds, they're the worst hardcore band I listen to. But you still listen to them.
Okay. August 27th.
August 27th at Legends is Bane, Turnstile, Backtrack, Bitter End, Power Trip, Misery, Malfunction, Forced Order. Tickets are still on sale for that. It will sell out day of. So either get there early. If you're really bored, I'll be there at 1 o'clock, so you can come hang out with me and play chess.
You know how to play chess?
Hell yeah, I know how to play chess.
All right. Learn something new every day. August 29th is a busy, busy, busy day. We have the Allies Aside. God,
you can talk worse than me.
Shut the fuck up. Allies Aside, CD release show with Denialist, All My Friends Are Dead, Ocean Grid, Juggernaut, and Sentenced to Sickness. Also that night is the Brandon Benson benefit show in Dayton at...
the Canal Street House.
Yes.
I still have not been there. I have no clue what the venue is like. But playing that night is Leg Bone, 2 hip-hop acts. I don't know. It's a benefit. If you're in Dayton, go to it.
Yes.
Unless you're going to make the drive down for the thing that me and Brandon will be at, and that is Third Eye Blind for free.
Absolutely.
At the Taste of Blue Ash.
Taste of Blue Ash. Let's see. Coming up September 5th, Toxic Holocaust at Rockstar Pro. I don't have any other details.
Is that Rockstar? It's Thrash.
Yeah. Also coming up September 11th, the first show at the RDK Sound Design headquarters.
That's Premonitions of War, old school Toledo metalcore. And also on that show is Rats and Roaches. I believe it's their first show. And Ghost Psalm and Juggernaut.
Yeah.
I believe that show is $8.
Of course, September 19th is
Cuapalooza, which we'll get into later, but I just met a couple of the bands that are playing Cuapalooza at Matterfest this past weekend. Wicked World from Milwaukee is awesome. Awesome dudes. Really stoked to have them come play Cincinnati. Check them out. Also playing that, obviously, Another Mistake, Knocked Loose, Eternal Void, All My Friends Are Dead, Turncoat, which today announced that they signed to Eulogy Records,
Hooray.
And many more.
Yeah.
And if Dave got them all, 10 comedians as well.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. A couple of new additions. That is October. Ooh. October 3rd is the Cincy Metal Fest at the Backstage Cafe. Please run through that ridiculous list of bands.
Juggernaut, Grim State, Dead Set, The Earth Laid Bare, Eternal Void, Allies Aside, Oh Kingdom, Lifelines, In Days Forgotten, Monarch, Planetary Cataclysm, and Avanti. It's $10 pre-sale, $12 at the door. I will attempt to not talk shit about $12 for an all-local show. But if you're not doing anything else that day, go check that out. A lot of great bands on there. Number one being Grim State.
Yes. Also that night in Dayton at Rockstar Pro Arena is Burn Halo, Hardest, Courage My Love, XXI, 21, however you want to say that, formerly A Feast for Kings, with locals, Satellite Flight, Crosley Court, and the AKO Vendetta.
Also, for anybody that listens to hardcore from the early 2000s, Burn Halo is James Hart from 18 Vision's newest band. And it basically sounds similar to the last 18 Visions record, just slightly heavier. So it's it's almost post-rock, but not what anybody else would consider post-rock. It's a heavy, it's like Papa Roach, but with metalcore influence. And
so new Papa Roach.
And the fact that James Hart looks like Kobe Dick from Papa Roach.
Jacoby Shaddix or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, whatever. I couldn't pronounce his full name.
He has like 8 aliases.
So I just stuck with Kobe Dick.
Yeah.
Mr.
And
Dick, if you're nasty.
also, god damn it, October 11th is the Deer Hunter and Chon at the Thompson House, and that's going to be fucking sweet.
That runs down shows.
How was your day?
My day was fucking horrible. So basically, we've had 3 months of being dead, basically, especially during the week at work. Maybe I make $20, $30 in tips on a 10-hour day. Today, all of a sudden, everybody's like, hey, we want Papa John's. We want it all at the same time. And we don't just want a little bit. We don't just want one pizza. Hey, at 11:15, we get an order for 13 pizzas. At 11:16, we get another pizza order for 19 pizzas. At 11:17, we get another 16 pizza order, and so on and so forth. To where I was so busy, and everyone was pretty okay, except for this one guy at Lifesaver, which is right next to RDI, on the edge of Evendale and Blue Ash. And the guy was quoted that it would take an hour to get to him. I left the shop, clocked out, that it was at 55 minutes. He called while I was there saying he only had 10 minutes left on his lunch break. And my manager told him that I was leaving the store and I would be there as quick as possible. It's about, if I hit the lights right, I could get there in 4 minutes. I didn't hit the light right. It took me about 6 minutes to get there. I called him up while I was pulling in, and he said, we're already gone, man. We went somewhere else. Like, you're too fucking late. And I was like, okay, well, I just heard you talk to my manager while I was in the building, and you said 10 minutes, and it's been 6. And he's like, you should have been here an hour ago. I was like, sir, you ordered your pizza 58 minutes ago. How would I have been here an hour ago? He's like, you're just fucking retarded. I was like, sir, whatever, it's okay. Whatever. And I was just trying. He's like, no. He's like, in an hour, you can get from your store up to my place, back to your store, back up to my place, back to your store, back up to my place. I was like, sir, there's other customers besides you.
How many pizzas was this?
One.
Okay.
One pizza. And I was like, sir, there's other customers. He's like, I don't give a shit about them. I wanted my pizza, and now I have to go eat McDonald's. You're a fucking idiot. You fucking suck. Your store fucking sucks. I was like, okay, sir, and I just hung up.
Yep, he had that coming.
And then he called, or right before he actually cussed me out, he actually cussed my manager out, I guess, on the phone. So the rest of the day was okay. My manager yelled at me because I was 10 minutes late into work this morning. She yelled at me along with my other employee that was an hour late, and acted like we were both the same amount of time late, which doesn't really make sense. But tips-wise, it was an okay day. If I can somehow pull what I made today tomorrow as well, I might be able to pay this phone bill on Friday. Maybe. I think that's it. I guess we'll talk about the doctor phone call in a bit. So that'll come up in the future. How was your day? Besides me bugging you and calling you at 2 p.m.
Work is work. It really not exciting. Like, More exciting, honestly. Like you had an interesting work story. Shit, I don't have anything at fucking all. My weekend, however, was eventful. Because what the hell are you giggling at?
Your girlfriend just farted.
I don't think so. I think it was a cat.
Okay, if it was like one of your cats, then that's even better.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Anyway.
Either way, it's hilarious. It's not you who I'm used to farting up a storm while we're doing a podcast.
So.
Either you or one of the cats just farted.
I definitely didn't fart.
Okay, well then I guess it was one of the cats, but it was loud as hell.
It was probably Nora, fat little bitch.
Or it wasn't a fart.
What would it have been?
I don't know, man. I'm just saying.
Okay, anyways.
Hung out down near Gatlinburg on the lake for the weekend. Drove a boat, got sunburned, hit Mammoth Cable on the way back. I was sick the entire fucking time because Q gave us colds. Shithead. And
You're the one that wanted to record and we never even got to record.
Yeah. But yeah, I got a vacation and it was cool. And you played a show. Bunch of shows.
I played 2 shows. 3 shows. 2 shows, 3 sets. And I don't know.
How were they?
They were good. So I played the pre-party for Matterfest and then Matterfest. And I'll just say one of the biggest things for the Obnoxious Boot / technically changing the name of the art to Scare Tactic, so that's what it will be from here on out. But basically, Scare Tactic is something to put me out there and put me in a situation.
Wait, we're changing the name of Obnoxious Boot?
Yes.
Why?
Because I like Scare Tactic more.
But it's the Obnoxious Boot.
Yeah, but I don't wear the boot anymore. It makes no sense. That was the whole point.
You're really fucking with my life right now.
Okay, well, sorry.
Just name the album Scare Tactic.
Okay. So the new record by the Obnoxious Boot being called Scare Tactic, I just got overruled because it is a 50-50 for this band. Actually, it's probably more of a 95-5, but still. Anyways, so the Obnoxious Boot is supposed to be me getting out there and pushing past my anxiety and basically, some people would say making a fool of myself in front of crowds. But, I mean, the one big thing that I did figure out and talk to a bunch of kids about this weekend is, like, a lot of the bands that everyone listens to is like 90% backtrack and no message. So it's not really that bad that I do 100% backtrack and have a message. But it was a good experience. I played the pre-party, which the pre-party was a little weird because we played in a garage, which was rad, but in the middle of like One Light Town, Indiana. Like they literally only had one light and a Dollar General and a Marathon. And big thanks to Trey for putting both shows on. But I played my set. Then after me was an acoustic guy that did Pink Floyd and Mumford & Son covers. He also played a Lorde song, which I never knew it was by Lorde until that day, but I've heard that song before. Then a blues band played, which was rad. If you follow me on Instagram, I took a video of them, and they were absolutely awesome.
That's when you're supposed to say the name of your Instagram.
Oh, yeah, my Instagram name is Cubert Father Time 2. If you're following Cubert Father Time 1, then you probably may have noticed that I haven't posted anything in 4 months, and maybe you should follow the other one. And then the last band was actually one of Trey's many bands. I think Trey was in 5 bands this weekend, and one of them was Hogarth, which is basically, I guess, what kids these days are calling emo. And it sounds like Citizen if Citizen wouldn't have gone this Nirvana title fight run that they're going right now. They're actually pretty good. I don't know how the recording sounds, but you can check them out on Facebook. And live, it was awesome. And then I played Matterfest, and there's too many bands to name, but Grim State played, All My Friends Are Dead played, Wicked World played. I got to see Ghost Key, which are good friends, and I haven't gotten to see them in like 2 years. It was just a really fun time. I probably played in front of like 40 people, which didn't feel that bad because the last band to play at the end of the day. Also probably played to 40 people. It was more the middle of the day. I'd say Grim State had one of the better crowd responses, probably playing in front of like 150, 200 people. But all around, Chip Teeth had an awesome set. There's video from almost every single band that played on my Instagram at Cubert Father Time 2. And I don't know. It was a fun weekend. The drive there kind of sucks. I took Hamilton Avenue all the way, like legitimately all the way. So like got to see some cool back roads and drive the country. I tried to take a picture of what I thought was a llama until I realized it was an alpaca.
Those are different things.
Yes, they are. And I was ducking and dodging and diving spit for about 5 minutes until I just gave up on taking a photo and got back in my car and kept driving. But, yeah, that was my weekend. And I came home and I played poker.
Yeah.
So what are you listening to today?
I had a Cake song stuck in my head.
Which Cake song? Was it a single or a regular song?
It was just something off of an album. It might have been a World of Two.
Honestly, for having the entire discography and really enjoying Cake, I don't know the names of any of their songs except for their singles.
Gotcha. So I listened to Cake forever, and then Third Eye Blind self-titled, and then I got back from lunch and I was like, oh, I'm listening to Deer Hunter today, just like I did yesterday. Listen to Deer Hunter all day. You know, it's kind of just what I do.
Yeah.
Just while I'm at work, Spotify playing in the background. But I have been listening to the new Little Dicky record, which I'm sure I talked about like last week and the week fucking before. But it is so good.
We barely talked about it.
It is so fucking good.
You talked more about it in your blog. That's 36 pages.
It was like 1,000 words. Calm the fuck down.
Your pictures is what makes your blog. You just throw in random pictures.
I'm not random.
Well, they're not random, but they're like...
Very important. Very well placed.
Okay. I thought the one was like just a joke picture, but then I realized when I listened to that record today that it's actually the front cover of the record.
Oh,
His
yeah.
resume and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With a condom and a fucking joint next to his phone.
God, that first full song on that record,
With
he's
Snoop?
like, it's kind of early to smoke weed. I don't know if I want a blowjob or not. I'm paraphrasing, but...
Wait, well, what kind of tea do you have? She names off like 5 different kinds of tea. He's like, you know what? I'll just take head. I know your little dirty ass wanted some head. He's like, wait, did you just say... No, she's like, need anything else? Bottled water? Snacks? Head? Tea? It's like, wait. Did you just say head? She's like, yeah. You ain't never had no head before?
I don't know. The song that Brandon played for me like a week or two ago, I think it was a week ago, I didn't like the beat on it, put me to sleep. But if you, like, I listened to the record from front to back last night, and it's not a record that you can throw on and just have as background noise. You have to listen to the whole record, and it is a phenomenal record. And I, again, today tried to listen to the new Compton record by Dr. Dre, and I was like, well, if I'm going to listen to hip-hop, I'm just going to go back to that Little Dicky record.
I have not tried out Compton yet. I'm going to get to it when I have the time to focus my full attention to it. It's just like the new Periphery has been out for months, and I've not just like sat down to listen to it. I put it on at work every now and then, but I'm working. You know, I'm focusing on computers and things. Like I hear digan in the background. I'm like, oh, cool, sweet, and then
I'll wait and hear your review on it before I give it a chance.
yeah. I mean, I've heard all of it. I just haven't focused on it.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I don't know. I've seen them twice, and I was bored.
Yeah. But yeah, my review of Little Dicky's Professional Rapper, you can find that on Fresh from the Frying Pan. I actually tweeted at Little Dicky last night and sent him a link, and he said thank you.
Which is the first time in human history that Brandon has been okay with Twitter.
You know, I realized that is the upside to Twitter. Most people are like, oh, ate lunch today. Like 5 minutes later, tacos was a good idea. Somebody else favorites their tweet. OMG, love tacos. This is bullshit. Or you have two fucking celebrities having an argument on Twitter. Like, don't you have each other's phone number? Like, why does this have to be public? First of all, 160 characters and everything's abbreviated bullshit. It's retarded.
I mean,
except when you can find a mid-level celebrity and they fucking talk back to you.
Or a major level celebrity.
That happens.
The only reason like this that I've ever seen is my buddy Josh. He listens to hip hop like nonstop. He works with me at Papa John's, and he literally showed me where he tweeted at, and I can't even tell you. It's either Kanye or Drake or somebody like that, where he literally tweets at them like, "Hey, your new record sucks," and they literally tweet back at him like, "You're ugly and your face looks like a bowling ball." And I actually saw the tweet, and I was like, "That's fucked up, but hilarious."
Does his head look like a bowling ball?
Yeah, because he's bald and it's fucking perfectly round. Like, you could totally throw it down an alley.
Gotcha.
But let's see, what else did I listen to today? I listened to, you said it's not the first, or it is the first Architects EP?
It's like an EP before their record Ruin,
it says
I'm pretty sure.
2006. So
I think Ruin was like 07.
Okay. So I listened to the very first Architects record, which after listening to, I would never understand why Brandon would like it, which means I love it.
I don't mind it.
It's middle of the road recorded wise, and it sounds fantastic. And when it first came on today, I actually thought it was The Burning Season, but then I realized it was more mathy, and I was like, oh, well, his vocal style changed a little bit. And I actually tried to I tried to pick songs that I normally listen to and then hit like start radio station on my Apple Music and like actually give it actually try to listen to other things. There's a couple of things I did realize today. I don't like the new North Lane record. I don't know why anyone likes the Amity Affliction.
Oh God, they're awful.
Woe Is Me and Issues are fucking horrible. Almost as bad as Attila and Sworn In. That's where the dude from Issues came from, right? Woe Is Me. I think. I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
There's the one thing that I do hate about radio is like where if I hit shuffle on my iPod and it gives me a whole bunch of different stuff, if I hit radio, most of it all sounds the same. Like it's like if I pick a pop punk band, it's gonna be like pop punk, pop punk, pop punk, pop punk, pop punk. If I pick a metalcore band, it's gonna be metalcore, 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 metalcore. For some reason, and we'll get into this in a second, A Lost for Words Radio, which is a pop punk band, Architects Radio, which is metalcore, Go It Alone Radio, which is hardcore, Crime and Stereo Radio, which is like a mix between weird pop punk and hardcore. Every single radio station ended up playing an Under Oath song. So I think Apple Music is on everybody else's big kick that Under Oath is coming back together for at least a show.
And we'll talk more on that in a moment.
Is there anything new that you've heard, that we've heard? Because right after the episode last time, didn't we listen to the new Atreyu?
That's actually on my list.
Okay.
And you didn't like the lead that it opens with.
I didn't like the lead that it opens with. I've listened to it about 30 times since then. It actually sounds much better on a computer and not on my phone.
I'll give you that, yeah.
But besides the opening lead, I love the song.
I think it is considerably more Atreyu-y than 90% of the material they've put out in the last like 5-6 years.
Wait, what was the last record? The last record was 2010, so they haven't put anything out the last 5-6 years.
Fucking fine, whatever.
7-8 years.
Yeah, it's choppy, it's breakdowny, it's, typical them formula. The guitar solo when it's better. It may not have been a better single than the single they put out first.
That's a better song.
And the more appropriate single.
For them, yes, I agree.
But I do like this new tune quite a bit. And I wish I could remember the name of it.
I don't remember either.
I wrote a blog post about that, and I still can't. I already made...
Oh, the first single or this new single?
The second one.
Oh, okay, yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, it's short. It's super short.
But
I don't know. I mentioned Good Tiger, which is Elliot Coleman from Tesseract and Zeliak, and I think he played bass or guitar for Sky Eats Airplane, whatever. Alex Rudinger from The Faceless, both the guitars from the Safety Fire, and another just session guy that a lot of people know. They are Good Tiger, and their single is pretty fucking sweet, especially if you like Elliot Coleman. His vocal takes a little getting used to.
His vocal's fine. I thought the song itself was boring.
I thought it was cool as shit. It's like a kind of... It's got like... It's like progressive metal attitude, but like a mostly pop song structure.
It's a pop rock song. I don't really hear the progressive metal.
The fucking guitars are all crazy. Anyway, so that actually got me thinking, like, okay, well, I've never actually listened to the Safety Fire. And they were on tour with Periphery and a bunch of other people, so I listened to the Safety Fire. And they've got 2 records out, and they are fucking cool.
So is the Safety Fire gent, or is it...
It's more progressive
rock?
metal.
Okay.
It's kind of like if you took Tides of Man and like sprinkled on some like Periphery sprinkles on the top of some Tides of Man ice cream. Quite a bit like that.
Now I don't care about music and I just want ice cream.
Yeah. But Safety Fire is great, and it makes Good Tiger make sense. So they did put out a single. Go check it out. The video is like half 8-bit. They like start in video games, and it's really fucking cool.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
But while we're on music news and not just world news, Under Oath is getting back together for at least a festival tour or festival show.
Festival show.
The Self-Help Fest.
Which is a Day to Remember's festival.
And there's another countdown for another announcement. Hopefully a new record. It will be the lineup that was on...
They're Only Chasing Safety, Define the Great Line, and Lost in the Sound of Separation.
Exactly.
Although they have announced that at the festival they will only be playing They're Only Chasing Safety and Define the Great Line songs.
Yeah. I guess maybe they didn't get a chance to tour on Lost in the Sound, and they're rusty or something. I don't know.
It's probably more because... As we've talked about, Define the Great Line and Lost in the Sound are almost the same record, and I'm sure Define the Great Line got a lot more hits, singles, like where all the kids know and stuff. Because, I mean, honestly, if you really look into it, you could probably write their set list right now, knowing that it's just coming from those 2 records.
Yeah.
But, I guess I could jokingly say what I said last night to piss everybody off, that I don't care unless it's the Cries of the Past lineup. Honestly, I don't care because it's in Florida, and I already go down to Florida once a year, and I'm not going to the Self-Help Festival, which I only saw like 3 other bands on that festival, and I don't... Like, I listened to A Day to Remember, and I listened to some Under Oath and everything, but like... Evergreen Terrace wasn't even on it because they're done. But August Burns Red is on it. I've already seen them this year. There was 2 other bands that didn't make an impact. Like, I don't care because it's not coming anywhere close. And I don't care because I get it that Aaron wasn't on their last tour and their last record. I get that. But when I saw them with Comeback Kid at Radio Down on their final tour, they're just boring. So hopefully they have some renewed productivity with Aaron back.
They've had some time off to deal with a lot of stuff. So
I want to see how many of them have gray hair.
Probably none because they're all children still.
They're
I'm probably
not.
older than most of them.
No. Most of them are my age. Start talking. I'll look it up. I got 6% battery.
I got 44. It's cool. I got this.
I guarantee you they're somewhere in between me and you, with some of them being as old as me. Some of those members are still from Cries of the Past.
1.
Okay.
1.
Just Aaron?
Pretty sure.
Okay.
Or wait, was that the first record?
No, that's the second record.
Okay, fine. So Spencer Chamberlain's 32.
Okay, that's my age. Aaron's probably like 29 or 30. He's probably even older than that because if he was on Cries of the Past came out in 98.
He was 17 when he joined the band.
Or Cries of the Past came out in 2000.
Oh,
I
fine.
can't remember.
Aaron's 32.
Yeah, my age.
You're slowly winning this.
Yeah.
I'm really kind of pissed off about it.
How would you think that they would be younger than you?
Because
they've now technically been around for over 15 years. There's no way that they're younger than you. That would make them 10.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Anyways. Dead Space. We had Dead Space.
Yeah, okay.
I was thinking about the video game Dead Space.
I was trying to figure out what the fuck you said. It sounded like tits something.
Oh, no.
Trying to figure out why you're talking about tits.
Boobs. I miss them.
Okay.
I don't know. I told you I felt a little loopy today. That's why I wanted to let's get through this so we can talk. Shoot
All right.
shit. World issues.
Dave Brown Sound is going back to Sum 41.
Oh, wait. We're done with Under Oath? I'm not done with Under Oath yet. I wanted to talk about the one other thing with Under Oath that we saw on the internet yesterday. That was hilarious, and it's locally. But, so somebody from Dayton got so mad that Under Oath is opening for A Day to Remember. Somebody that has no clue the way the music scene has been that way since day one. Like, best way for me to describe this to people is in 1999 or 2000, Less Than Jake takes Good Charlotte and Newfound Glory. Less Than Jake's the headliner. Newfound Glory's second, and Good Charlotte is the opener. A year to the date, the tour that leaves is Good Charlotte as the headliner, Newfound Glory plays 2, and Less Than Jake is the opener. Music business is all about numbers. There is no way getting back together unless they play like 1,000 to 3,000 cap room that Under Oath is going to be a headliner. They're just not.
I don't know. Who was it again?
Danny.
Yeah, okay.
And Isaac was trying to tell him nicely. And I really just wanted to be like, shut the fuck up. Like, I get it. Like, I get it that it hurts you in the soul. But if you've ever worked with anything in music or if you ever see anything, like, I understand, but it was always fucking stupid to me that, like, Terror would go out with Amur and Amur would play, like, headline and Terror would play, like, third on a 5-bill lineup. But that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
And what Isaac said is true. Like, wouldn't you rather see, like, 50,000 people waiting for A Day to Remember watch Under Oath rather than 50,000 people watch A Day to Remember and then 20 people watch Under Oath? It's not going to be that drastic, but I mean...
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to say, really, because... I don't know. I do feel like a reunion show, their set, should probably not be the headliner.
Yeah.
But...
If they go out on tour, if this announcement is going to be not a new record, it's going to be a tour, clearly they'll be the headliner.
Yeah.
Unless, for some reason, they go out and take out, like, A Day to Remember and go, oh, A Day to Remember is headlining and taking us out. And then that's probably something cool, like, A Day to Remember is like, here, you guys don't have to pay for a bus or anything. Here it all is.
Yeah. Because Under Oath doesn't have any money.
I'm sure everybody in that band has money.
No.
Why not?
Because, like, of the 17 of them...
Aaron makes the fucking...
Okay, Aaron has money.
Aaron definitely has money.
He has money. He has Paramore money. He has Session money. He has Almost money. He has all kinds of money.
Although Almost should never make any money.
The first record was really good.
It was okay for what it was. It's not really good.
But Spencer had to, like, take out a loan to make the Sleepwave album. Like, he said his house was getting, like, foreclosed upon, and he had fucking platinum records.
Question. If they announce a tour, do you think Sleepwave and the Almost are on that tour?
No.
I think one, not the other, will be. I think Sleepwave will be on it.
There's a chance, but, like...
I think Sleepwave will be the opening band. There'll be 3 bands in between, and then Under Oath set.
I don't think they'd want to risk Spencer being tired the whole time.
That's why you put 3 bands in between.
Okay, well, I don't think it's enough time to take a nap.
I mean, like, I don't know. I just see it as, what are you going to put with them? I just see, like, stupid fucking tour announcement. Like, Under Oath, he is legend. That tour happened 10 years ago. I don't want to see it again.
That's the weird thing about Under Oath, though, is that they don't have contemporaries anymore. All the people who did what they did are fucking gone. They're all on hiatus, or the bands broke up and they turned into 5 different
from first to last.
Or they became different kinds of versions of their own band. Well, technically, From First to Last is fucking awesome now.
Yes, they're better than they were, but they aren't as famous.
They got Spencer from Periphery.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, singing for them, and their new shit's fucking tight.
I just know that they're not, as far as record sales and famousness, they're not what they were.
Right, but they're working on it.
I mean, what else in that type of music? I guess, is Chiodos together right now?
Yeah.
Okay. That would kind of make sense.
They're in a weird spot with members, but...
That would kind of make sense.
What the fuck happened to your arm, by the way?
That?
No, this here, in the crease.
That?
Yeah.
I had to have blood drawn and that's what my body's turning into.
Oh, great. You're falling apart.
Yeah.
Are we done with Under Oath?
Yeah, we're done with Under Oath. We'll get to falling
Dave
apart
Brown
later.
Sound is coming back to Sum 41. You have no fucking idea how excited I am.
When was this confirmed?
Like, on Metal Sucks.
Is that really his last name?
No, it's Bach
Okay.
or some Indian
I always
crap.
thought that was like racist towards him.
No, that's his name. Brown Sound is the thing for Van Halen. The Brown Sound. It's an amp
Oh.
thing.
I always thought he was called Dave Brown Sound because he was brown.
Well, and he's brown, so that's how it
So
works.
it is racial.
But fine, he's the only Indian guy in a band full of Canadian white dudes. Yeah, fine, he's Brown Sound. Anyway, Dave Brown Sound is coming back to Sum 41, and they're gonna write music together. That's fucking awesome, because the 3 records they've made in the meantime sucked fat dick.
I haven't heard a record since Chuck, and Chuck is the last record he was on, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Underclass Hero was Screaming Bloody Murder was Like, you got to the point
I
where
heard one song off each of those.
You get to the point where Derek was on the cover of one of them by himself, and their band logo was in pink. It's just been a fucking train wreck, and
I really haven't paid attention, honestly.
that's because they've only been selling records to the people who are like diehard Sum 41 fans. Like they've been on tours and tours, and they just keep sucking and sucking.
I saw them on Warped Tour, I think, 2 years ago.
Yeah, they're fucking terrible. Like, their new shit is just bad.
I don't think they played any new shit.
And I don't even know if I think somebody else left the band, I'm pretty sure. Now I'm going to have to look that shit up. But
Anyways,
I'd
be excited. I know it's not what anybody else would want to hear, but I would be excited to hear. I'm trying to think of what year it came out, but I think it would be in 2 years, 2 or 3 years. I'd be excited to see a 10-year Chuck front-to-back anniversary tour.
That would be cool.
I love that record. And anyone can say what they want to say. That's not a pop-punk record.
Chuck?
And that's
Fuck
why
no,
I
it's not a
fucking love
pop-punk
it.
record. Okay, here's the weirdness. Apparently their another bass player still there. Their drummer, longtime drummer, quit back in 2013.
Okay.
And they've just had a fill-in guy.
Do you like Simple Plan?
I used to, kind of.
I didn't know they had a new record. It's not new. It's like 6 months old, but...
Man, I can't keep track of Simple Plan. Like, they keep writing records, and I keep not giving a shit about them.
Yeah. Well, they were on... After Cincinnati's date, there was like 2 other dates, and they played the rest of Warped Tour. Which could have been fun, I guess.
Yeah. So here's a weird thing, though, is the lead guitarist that they hired in Dave's absence is still listed as a member. So I'm not sure.
So maybe Derek will just sing and not play guitar, which would be okay with me.
He's not great at it. But hopefully this makes Steve-O come back. Because he's the most talented member of that band by a fucking long shot.
Is he the drummer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fantastic. Just deep pockets, cool fills. Like, it doesn't get better than Steve-O 32. So,
What about Lars Ulrich, man?
man, fuck
Brother,
him.
man. Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you? But Dave is coming back to Sum 41. Like,
Woo.
the 15-year-old in me is fucking stoked.
Yeah.
Like, now I understand how excited other people are about, like, bands that I don't really give a shit about. Like, because it's, like, their fucking childhood and stuff.
Yeah, now you got 2 in the same fucking week, you fucking turd.
Yep. Oh, yeah. And this is a rumor. I don't like to report rumors. But more than report the rumor, I wish to see how the conversation goes. There's a rumor that Atreyu's Brandon Saylor, drummer, singer, will potentially join Avenged Sevenfold.
And where do you want this conversation to go?
What do you think?
I
don't think he's good enough. Like, I like his drumming, but I don't think he's like Avenged Sevenfold good.
I don't think Avenged Sevenfold is Avenged Sevenfold good anymore.
Oh, there's that.
So, if Avenged Sevenfold sticks with the last set I saw them play, which is nothing off City of Evil or before, and only the Nightmare single and to present day, it's all basic Guns N' Roses drum patterns, which means anybody can fucking play it except for me because I can't play drums.
I don't play drums.
I'm sure you could still play the fucking Avenged Sevenfold Guns N' Roses parts. But at the same time, like, I feel like Avenged does usually per year 3 months in the US and 3 months in Europe/Asia, and that's it. So if he really wants to make the money and do 6 months Avenged, 3 months off, 3 months Atreyu, which Atreyu's already basically said they're not really hitting the tour circuit. They plan on doing like 2 6-week tours a year. It would make sense. Do I really care?
No.
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 Does anyone that listens to anything besides Radio Rock actually like Avenged Sevenfold? Present day.
Not really.
I mean, was it cool when Nightmare, or even before that, Beast in the Harlot and Backcountry came on the radio? Because it was like, oh, hey, man, one of our bands made it. You had Avenged Sevenfold and Rise Against, and that was about it. I mean, like, before that, like, the closest thing to hardcore metalcore that was on the radio was Pantera.
Which I'm down with.
Absolutely.
I'd be interested to see if he could even hang. Apparently, he's worked with one of them before in his other band.
Did you hear who Avenged Sevenfold said they wanted to play drums?
No.
And who gave them the big fuck you about don't even ask? Vinnie Paul.
Okay. That's strange.
And this was like even before the current guy was out. This was like 6-8 months ago.
I don't think Vinnie Paul's good enough.
I disagree.
I don't think he's fast enough.
Well, he totally is.
No, dude's like fucking 60 years old.
I don't think he's 60. I think he's younger than Phil. And Phil's not 60 yet.
Well, he looks 80, but...
Who, Phil or Vinny?
Yeah, Phil.
He doesn't even look 80. He just looks like he's on drugs.
Vinnie Paul is 10 years younger than my dad. He's 51.
Okay. So he's 10 years younger than Uncle Tom.
And a drunk, torn up, fat 51. I don't think at the peak of his career.
I think you're holding Avenged Sevenfold's current drum parts.
No. I'm not talking about because yeah, sure, they're gonna play fucking Nightmare and Welcome to the Family, which might as well be a Pantera song
I don't
anyway.
think I know that song.
It's bad.
Okay.
It's them trying to be Pantera and sucking at it. Or the new shit they're playing that sounds like Metallica. Fine. But if they want to play something like Almost Easy, which was off of the record after City
The
of Evil.
same record as Nightmare. They're both on the same record.
Is it?
I think so.
I don't know. I thought Nightmare was its own record. I thought there was one between those.
Well, I didn't think. I thought the only thing between City of Evil and the second record was that Diamonds in the Rough cover record.
God damn it. We do not research our shit.
I didn't even know we were gonna fucking talk about Avenged Sevenfold.
Avenged Sevenfold. Discography.
AX7.
I really, really, really hate that abbreviation, by the way.
Yeah.
It just makes them look like chodes.
Okay.
It's H7X for the record.
Whatever.
Albums. Seventh Trumpet, Waking the Falling, City of Evil, the self-titled. That's what it is. It's the one, the
That's
white
with
one
Almost
with
Easy on it.
with the death bat,
And then Diamonds in the Rough.
and then Nightmare.
Okay.
Diamonds on the Rough was like after City of Evil or something, but it was, yeah. No, shit. Live in the LBC and Diamonds in the Rough was 2008 after the self-titled. You were right.
Okay.
And that's Almost Easy and Afterlife, which are surprisingly good songs.
I don't remember Afterlife. I obviously remember Almost Easy.
But I don't think Vinnie Paul could do Almost Easy. It's too fast.
I think Vinnie Paul could still do Pantera, which is just as fast. He can still do Pantera.
Look, man. Look, I love Vinnie Paul. I love Pantera. You know this. But their drum parts are not fucking hard. It's a lot of open hats and really simple shit.
Yeah, because it's punk drumming.
Exactly. Like,
Okay, I guess so.
it'd be interesting to see.
I'm trying to think of the drum part to Almost Easy, and I just can't think of anything Avenged after Waking the Fallen that is that hard.
Let's see, how's it?
I can't even think of like City of Evil songs being that hard.
I know Almost Easy has this like double kick, double ride move. It's faster than holy shit.
Well, fine. Sign up Joey from Slipknot. And
Oh god, it'd be a mess. It'd just be nothing but fast. All it is fast. Side note, I don't have this written down, but they asked Corey Taylor how Jay Weinberg and the fella who's playing bass, I can't remember his name, what it's like having them in the band, and he said, "Hey, hang on. They're not in the band. They're with the band."
which means they're not getting paid royalty rights, which is why they're not in the band.
And also because, I mean, after people die and longtime members quit and stuff like that, like, you're a fill-in. You're a fill-in on the tour. You're getting paid pretty well, I'm sure. But you play on the records, maybe. But
It's also the whole, I don't know. It goes back to the whole Prada thing. Do I care about Prada? No. Obviously, you hate Prada.
they suck.
Obviously. Am I still friends with several members of that band? I would say one, maybe two at this point. But 3-4 years ago, they kick out their keyboardist because basically they literally go to him and say, "Hey, everything you've been playing all these years, we can put on a backtrack now, and we're sick and tired of paying you royalties, so go fuck yourself and work at Guitar Center."
I mean, they still get paid royalties on records.
He still gets paid, yes, the royalties from past records. But basically, to just kick somebody out for that, I get it, it's a business, but from where I'm sitting, I think it's fucking shitty. And then, obviously, Chris thought everything, the way it was going, is clearly shitty, especially now that Chris is married, and I think he has 1 or 2 kids. So Chris left the band, 3-4 months ago? I don't know. But Chris Ruby was like one of the only people from that band that really kept in touch. And, you know, he's out of the band now too. So basically now you're down to what started out as 6 and now you have 4. But I guess it's positive for them because the new EP has Mike singing and playing guitar, which is their screamer, singer, whatever you want to call him.
Yep.
And everybody that usually hates Prada seems to like it, but I've listened to it and it sounds like same old Prada to me.
Which means it sounds like doo-doo butt to me.
Yeah.
I don't know where Avenged Sevenfold's going to go. I don't know why they can't seem to hold a drummer together. Ultimately, I don't really give a shit. I just thought
Maybe
it was
they should
interesting
just get the
news.
drummer from Guns N' Roses.
The current one?
Sure.
What's this hang up that they sound like Guns N' Roses?
They sound like Guns N' Roses.
They sound like Metallica.
They sound like Guns N' Roses.
Okay.
They have the Guns N' Roses attitude. They dress like Guns N' Roses, and they sound like Guns N' Roses. They sound like shitty.
This means war.
Southern.
This means war is literally like sad but
I haven't
true.
heard that song.
It sounds like sad but true.
Okay.
It's pathetic. It's
We'll listen to
directly
it
ripped
when
off
we're
of
done
sad
with
but
this.
true.
Because
Like-
the last thing I've heard from them was "Hail to the King."
Which is not that difficult.
But anyways, next topic.
Well, that sums up what I got on music news.
Okay.
Unless there's like any interesting tours going around.
I actually just saw one, but I can't remember what it was. So
Guar's going on tour with Battlecross and somebody else.
yeah, that kind of looks funny. It's Guar and Born of Osiris, which I wonder if Guar and Born of Osiris are going to fight over Born of Osiris's good buddies in Upon a Burning Body.
Oh, I hadn't even thought about that. Although Volvatron's not in the band anymore. So.
True. And plus, it's probably a joke because as far as if Born of Osiris are still friends with Upon a Burning Body, I know they've toured together before, and everyone really likes the new Upon a Burning, or the new Born of Osiris record.
I really hope that Battlecross Guar tour comes through here. I hope it gets at Rockstar.
There was a tour I just saw the tour flyer for, and I don't know where it went. I just know the first day of it is at Bogart's. So maybe if I go to Bogart's. Talk about something else.
Dead Space.
Talk about something else, man.
Hey, man. Oh, this Oreo meeting's pretty good.
Yeah, is it regular Oreo?
Yeah, double stuff. No. Yeah, my cat's giving me the eyeball. What?
Your cat's so fat she almost knocked over the mic stand.
It was unbalanced, but yeah, she almost did.
Wow,
Fatty.
Bogart's is really bad at promoting because Bayside's coming through, and I didn't even know.
Who they in with?
The early November and Better Off September 15th. Ooh, Young Thug September 26th. Where's this tour that I saw?
Yeah, I'm sure the Bayside show will do well.
Yeah.
They always do well when they come through here because Cincinnati kids love Bayside for some reason.
Do you know what October 13th is?
No?
Well, then you're a god-awful, horrible fan because it's Coheed and Cambria at Bogart's.
That's right. I'm probably going to that.
Yeah, I'm probably not.
That's okay.
But I'll go to Deer Hunter on the 11th.
Yeah, that's that. Like
I forget,
5.
did you like Circus Survivor? No.
I loathe Super Circus Survive. I don't get it. I think Anthony Green's terrible. All my musician buddies totally shit on me for that.
October 15th, the tour that I saw was Between the Buried and Me, Native Construct, Enslaved, and Intronaut. But BT Bam is always a fun show, even though I don't necessarily enjoy them. I enjoy them, but anyone that knows me knows I really hate second generation of bands. And Pray for Cleansing is one of my favorite metalcore records.
Son of a
bands.
bitch.
What?
Oh, I don't like a band because members of that band were in a different band.
No, I really don't like that band because they said, hey, let's all stop being straight edge, kick our singer out, and play prog music.
But they're better at that.
Okay.
I don't know. I got
I
nothing.
don't like prog music.
Okay.
I listen to like Dream Theater, and that's about it.
Dream
Proggy.
Theater's obnoxious.
Oh, well, Dream Theater's fantastic.
You mean to tell me you don't like Coheed and Cambria? Because it's too lofty.
No, I just didn't understand that Good Apollo record. Everything else that you've made me listen to is fine. I just don't like the Good Apollo record. Because I finally gave everything else a chance once I just bypassed Good Apollo.
Good Apollo 1 or 2.
1.
So that's the good one.
I don't like it. It's too spacey. Not musically, just like literally like as a concept.
It is quite complicated. Anyway,
that is one record I will admit that maybe I'm just too dumb to get.
The concept is super fucked, so it's tough. Let's talk about what's happening with you being a decrepit old shit who's falling apart.
Okay, so let's run backstory since I'd say half of my friends know and half of my friends have some sort of whatever. So basically, 2 years ago, I was admitted to the hospital. I found out that I was born with a genetic disease and my right kidney had already completely failed. It was dead, not coming back, no ifs, ands, or buts. And that my left kidney, and the reason that my right kidney was dead was because it was born super small. Like, there's no way I could have lived my life and it would have lived. Like, it was just, I was born that way. So I was also told that my left kidney was sitting at about somewhere between 50 and 60%, and that I would need a kidney transplant within the next 10 to 15 years. Move ahead to this past April. I was down at Southeast Beast. I felt really shitty the whole weekend. I thought I'd maybe I just didn't feel good. You know, anytime most of us leave the Ohio Valley, we get sick and come back and we get sick, and that's just the way it is. The climate
I feel
change.
great when I leave here.
I feel great too, but it's like a different kind of like you clear up, but you're just like, wow, there's so much oxygen going to my brain. What the fuck?
Yeah. Anytime I leave the Cincinnati area, the Ohio River Valley in general,
Yeah.
my sinuses clear up immediately.
Yeah, everyone's does.
It's the air quality here sucks fat shit.
Yeah. Plus,
God,
we're in this
terrible.
humid fucking valley. That's what it is.
It's awful.
So, I came home from Southeast Beast, and I got worse, and I ended up going to the hospital, and ended up looking at my kidney and it seeming worse. So they admitted me. I was there for a week, and basically found out that at that time, my kidney function was at 12%. So I had deteriorated 10 to 15 years in the process of about 2 years. I then found out
partially because you ate ibuprofen like candy because of your back and your foot and whatever.
but I haven't really been doing that for the past 2 years.
No, not lately, no, but when you fucked your foot up and then when you fucked your back up or whatever. I mean, you were like, they told me I shouldn't eat ibuprofen anymore. And I was like, oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Shredding holes in your fucking kidneys.
They don't know if that for sure. Because really the one thing that ibuprofen does is shred holes in your fucking liver. And my liver seems to be fine.
I'm pretty sure... I don't know. Tylenol is processed in one and ibuprofen's processed in the other.
Tylenol is processed in your stomach, I think.
No, one goes to kidneys and one goes to liver.
Okay. I'm not really sure. They actually didn't biopsy my kidney, so they don't know. It could be... The reason it's so bad is my diet. It could be genetic. It could be a blood disease that I have that I don't know. Basically, they said... And I keep getting new information every day. But basically, the newest information is I need to start dialysis, which at the time, they said around my birthday, and it's now around my birthday. And
Still not on dialysis.
Still not on dialysis, but it's not my birthday yet. And they said around my birthday. Anyways, and eventually I'll need a kidney transplant. Now, originally I was told in April that I probably had about a year that I need my kidney transplant. Now they're telling me that basically I should have a year of good functionality once I start dialysis. So I have a little bit longer than I thought, but I already have. My mama has already said she's already gonna donate a kidney. I'm presently on insurance, so I'm okay on that aspect. the big thing right now is I'm a stubborn asshole,
Yep.
and I don't want to start dialysis. And I was really trying to put it off till Q-Palooza, and I went to the doctor the other day, and he said, and we actually had like a long talk, and he tried to figure out like where I'm coming from, and I don't want dialysis to hinder me from the Bane show next week. I don't want it to hinder me from Q-Palooza, but more so, I don't want it to hinder me from paying my bills, because he said you can do shows once you start dialysis, but you can't really like go to work every day because you have to come here and teach yourself how to do dialysis, and that'll be like 4 hours a day, maybe 6 hours a day for 4 to 8 weeks. So, but when I told him that I was trying to get to Q-Palooza, he basically said, look, you're at 4.8% kidney function now. If you wait till Q-Palooza, you're probably going to die. So, me going, okay, well, do you think I can make it till, August 28th, because that'll be the day after Bane? And he'll be like, yeah, so we're setting things up, and I think everything's okay. And he calls me today, and he's like, hey, what are you doing? I was like, I'm at work. And he's like, I just got your blood test back. Your potassium's way up. Leave work, go to the hospital. And me being me, like, no, I'm not going to go to the hospital. I have a $300 phone bill due on Friday.
First of all, how did you get a $300 phone bill?
What plan do you have?
It's a Verizon.
Yours is a Verizon?
It's like $80 a month.
How many gigs?
Like 6.
Yeah, mine's like 20.
Shouldn't be $300 a month.
It's like $260 a month.
How?
Because that's how much a 20 gig plan is.
Okay.
That's how much it is. That's how much they told me.
Yeah, I think you're still paying off the phone.
Oh, that too. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyways. But, so he's like, okay, well, I'm going to send you some medicine through your pharmacy, and it's going to make you shit a lot. And
I hope like hell he said it just like that.
Well, he's actually Indian, so, like, I can't really do his accent. But, I hope it makes you shit a lot. I don't know. But,
Did he say shit?
Yeah, he said shit.
He actually said you're going to shit.
Yeah, he said you're going to shit a lot. You're going to have diarrhea. He wants to be hip and cool. But,
Nothing's cool about Indian doctors.
I mean, honestly, for all the Indian doctors, I can understand him the best. But anyways, at the end of the day, he's just like, he even told me, he was like, you need to talk about it on your podcast so all the people that listen to your podcast, which is all 9 of you, will tell me to buck up and go to the hospital. But I get it. I'm stubborn, and until I'm actually dying, I'm not going to accept the fact that I'm dying. I mean, I get it. Yes, I'm dying. But until I feel like I'm dying, I'm not going to accept that. Like, I can't. Like, you're a workaholic too, honestly. Like, you have to understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah, and I work through a couple different things. I mean, I've got these 2 necrotic wisdom teeth. I have holes in the back of these wisdom teeth because I refuse to get them pulled out. And, like, they hurt sometimes. Like, I got this fucked up shoulder that I've had since I was like 14, but like I've just worked my way through that, and it's fine. I still play guitar and everything, but like I don't have failing organs. You fucking idiot.
But I mean, like,
I've got bad allergies.
I still got 4.8%. Like, I'm good until it's at 0.
So what exactly does dialysis consist of? I've never had
They
kidney
put a
dialysis.
catheter in my tummy.
Tummy? Really?
Yeah.
32 years old.
They put a catheter in my tummy. They put a catheter in my tummy.
Do you get a lollipop?
No. I don't like lollipops. Can I have a Jolly Rancher instead?
God damn it.
So they put a catheter in my stomach,
There you go.
and then they basically teach me, like, I basically have to, like, pump fluid that basically cycles through my kidney for me. So it'll cycle all the poison out. I wait 4 hours, and then I drain it. then I put more in, and then I can basically, the longest I can go with it in there is like 8 or 9 hours, and then I drain it, and then that's, I don't know, I have to learn how to keep it clean and make sure it doesn't get infected and stuff like that, but...
So do you do this at home, or?
The first 4 to 8 weeks, depending on how long it takes, will be, I have to go to the office and do it every day. So, I mean, I'm talking about being bored out of my mind for 4 hours a day, which is not a positive thing to think about.
Just listen to podcasts.
Probably. That's
And
probably what I will be doing.
book shows and listen to new bands and
Yeah, stuff like that.
charge your phone while you do it.
Yeah, pretty much. All of that. All the things that I'm going to need my 20 gigs of data for. But on top of that, you know, once I start dialysis and once I get on that, we're going to go to the transplant center and figure stuff out, which part of that scares the shit out of me because basically the doctor's like, you kind of look depressed. And like, well, yeah, you're telling me I might die and then I have to get a transplant, which is a lot of stuff to do. And then like, you're telling me also like it's a 50-50 chance, like if the transplant doesn't take, I just die. And if the transplant takes, then I'll be okay. Or maybe it fails later and I have to go back on dialysis, find another transplant, blah, 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 blah. Like, it's not something to be happy about. He's like, well, don't go into the transplant center looking depressed because they won't let you get a transplant then. So it's like, that's kind of fucked.
Yeah, I don't know. There's this look of I'm gonna die anyway that says we really shouldn't fuck with this guy, or like lung transplants for people who smoke. It's like, look, dude, you already fucked it up. Or liver transplants for alcoholics. Like, you fucked up. Like, you don't get another one.
Well, see, that's the thing though, because what's stupid about that is like, there's plenty of people I know that are like super, super rich and they just smoke and then they get their lung transplant and they're like, oh, new lungs. Smoke again.
Yeah, but they paid for it. I don't know. It's a lot to deal with, sure.
And that's the thing though, like I've tried to talk to some like really close friends, some that live here and some that don't, and it's just like, I don't know, it hits everybody differently. But like, some people don't take it as well as I'm taking it, and I just don't understand that.
It's just weird to react to. Like, we've been hanging out the whole time, so
Yeah.
I've heard, yeah, my kidneys are fucked up. Yeah, the one's dead. Yeah, the other one's getting worse. Yeah, I might need a transplant. Fuck a transplant. I'll be fine. Yeah, fuck. Okay, I need a transplant. Like, I watched the whole thing. So, I've had time to react, but...
I don't know, the stupidest reaction, and I'm sure she doesn't listen to our podcast, but she's not the only one. There's been several friends that literally, like, it's almost worse than AIDS or cancer, because it's literally like reaction, like, I'm not gonna not be honest and like tell somebody, like, if somebody's like maybe gonna hook up with me and they're a friend, like, why wouldn't I tell them like what I'm going through? And the first thought out of a girl's mind is like, well, if we hook up and you die, that means I had sex with somebody that died. I don't think we should hook up.
I think that should be the last thing on your mind right now.
Hooking up?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? I'm a dude. The only reason you're not thinking about it is because you have a girlfriend who wants it more than you do.
All right. Yeah. Well, I mean, at least you have the transplant secure, and you just have to.
Hopefully, as long as my mom doesn't renege.
I doubt it, man.
We'll see.
Yeah, but the only thing you can do is have a positive attitude about it.
I do have a positive attitude about it. Because here's the big thing. At the end of the day, say this really does kill me. I've done a lot of shit in my life. I've enjoyed my life. Mostly. I mean, just as much as everyone else.
So who the fuck is going to do this podcast with me then?
I guess you'll be stuck with Michaela for the rest of your life, which you're already going to be anyways.
Which is fun, but then it's on angry old dudes. What, am I going to get Chris on here? The fucking smile in your
You
face
guys,
is priceless.
man, you guys would kill each other in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Probably. You guys could just talk about No Warning every episode for 20 years.
I mean, that's cool.
Anyways, that would be about all I need to say about the kidney. What was the next?
If you have major concerns for Q's health and wish to tell him about it, hit him up on Instagram at Qbert Father Time. Is it
Or
Q
on
Father Time?
Facebook, it's Qbert Father Time.
2. Or berate him on Facebook or YouTube or
Or just show up at my house.
punch him in the stomach and be like, hey,
Don't punch me in the stomach. You might kill it quicker.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we can pause so you can pee.
Yeah, because, bad kidneys mean you have to pee a lot.
All right.
Okay.
Pause. Next topic, you say?
What is the next topic?
Jared Fogle, the Subway guy,
Okay. I
Is-
saw this.
is
Right before.
apparently guilty. We talked about this a few weeks ago. We had Cody here.
Is he really guilty?
He's accepting a plea deal. So he either is trying to hide something shitty or for some reason would rather go down for child pornography and accept a plea deal than go to trial. Like Subway's already dropped him. Like he's got his like OG
Did you see
like
that picture
Subway
of
money.
him?
No.
All the weight he lost. He looks pretty fat.
Well, yeah, I mean he's always going to be a big dude, but he went from like 400 pounds to like 250. Like,
Yeah, but all those commercials, he looks like he's only like 180, and now he looks like bigger than us.
yeah, I don't know. He's got tits, but I don't know. Yeah, he's going to accept a plea deal. He's gonna ask for a plea deal in a child pornography case. I don't think there should be plea deals for child pornography. Like, I'm pretty sure they should just like cut off your pecker and feed it to you, and then trebuchet you into the fucking sun.
I mean, I'm going to
Like-
disagree with that, but
Why?
I don't know, just because they're not ever going to let out what the child pornography is.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, the thing is, like, I'm not saying what he did is okay or anything like that, but child pornography is anything from 6 months old with a dude molesting a 6-month-old and taking pictures of it, all the way up to some 17-and-a-half-year-old girl sent you nudes and it's on your phone.
Yeah, and I think there are different. There should probably be different.
Oh, speaking of which, if a 17-and-a-half-year-old girl sends you nudes and you delete them as soon as you get them, they're still technically on your phone. So if you're not reporting it and you're of your 30s or however, I don't know how old Jared is.
No idea.
30s or 40s. Like, you need to have that taken care of
Yeah, well,
by someone in law enforcement.
there's probably different rules for like age of consent on, and then like whatever. Because if you're 16, 17, it's still illegal.
Yeah.
But like that's age of consent.
It's not illegal to bang them, but it's illegal to...
Well, it's statutory, but in his case,
Yeah.
anyway, he's gonna ask for a plea deal, and he might get it, and that's kind of fucked.
Okay, but if there's that much lean evidence, like, what's his plea deal going to be? 20 years instead of let's go to trial?
No idea.
I mean, like, in this situation, unless there's a whole lot of shit that we just don't know, which...
There's been very little given out about
Yeah.
this.
I don't know. In a situation like this, you don't know if you'll ever get all the facts. And at the same time, like, I know it's such a stretch and nobody wants to hear it on a situation like this, but what if he's taking the fall for somebody?
I mean, maybe, but what the fuck could possibly be worth it? He made an entire empire, his fame, his career, his millions off of...
Yeah, and what if the guy that made it all for him is the one that...
I don't know, man. It seemed pretty organic. I lost a bunch of weight. I also eat really dry, shitty cardboard Subway sandwiches every day. This is my story. I'm the Subway guy. Fucking...
Yeah, but Subway gave him the... I'm just saying, like, we never know. And we'll never know.
No, probably not. What I don't fucking understand is why it's so often celebrities.
And child pornography?
Yeah. Why? Fucking why?
It's not. That's what we hear about.
Yeah, I'm sure it happens like a million times a day.
Oh, yeah.
But like, why do so many celebrities? Like, if some normal creepy janitor schmuck like fucking loves beating it to 14-year-olds, like, yeah, fuck that guy first of all. But like, he's probably, I don't know, something wrong with him. Or maybe there's not something wrong with it. Well, there's obviously something wrong with him, but like, maybe he's really normal looking, but he's not famous. You're fucking famous. You have Subway money. You have Jared Fogle money. You can fucking pay hookers to dress up like 14-year-olds. You can find...
Here's the big thing that I don't know.
You could find like fucking legal porn where it's just like flat-chested chicks who seem like they're 13 years old. And you're a creepy shit, but you found ways to like...
I don't remember. When was the last time you actually saw a flat-chested 13-year-old? So that...
Yeah, fine, but like there's always...
Okay, here's the real thing that I don't understand.
People pay other people to like fucking walk around in diapers and stupid shit because they have like fucking infant
Here's the other
fetishes
thing.
and
Like,
shit.
seriously, like, you do... Like, what you're saying, basically, but you have money. Go to Thailand, where it's legal to fuck 13-year-olds and 12-year-olds all the way down to 9-year-olds. It's legal. That's what their porn houses are.
I mean, it's fucked up.
It is, but I mean, they have proof of several Republican senators in the 60s and 70s doing that shit. And honestly, what's so funny about it, and like, don't let this sound like I am saying that it is okay, but honestly, the West, as far as us and certain parts of Europe, we're the only ones that think it's not okay to fuck young people. The Middle East, most of those girls are married and popping out kids at 12 and 13.
Which is fucked up.
Thailand, most of the girls that are able to retire from basically porn houses,
Sex slavery.
In Thailand, not even as much sex slavery. It's just literally girls that are like, this is the way I'm going to make money, and maybe I can retire by the time I'm 20.
It's fucked up. Anyway, why is it that when people have money, they always get into this nasty shit?
Because they always think that they can do whatever the fuck they want because they have money.
But why do they even want to? Like, it never made any sense to me. The people that are crazy rich and then they get into crazy narcotics. It's if
you had $10 billion, not that Jared has that much money, but if you had $10 billion, what are you going to do for fun?
I'm gonna rent a fucking jet ski and drive it around my own pool.
Yeah, that's gonna be boring after 6 weeks.
Gonna get a fucking...
For them, it's boring after 2 days.
I'm gonna get a pool table put in my living room. I'm gonna build a recording studio in my basement. Like,
yeah, that's because you actually have dreams and goals after you hit your 10 billion.
I'm gonna put up a public graffiti wall. Like, I have...
Yes, we do.
I have dreams about what I do with that kind of money. I play this scenario out in my head like
but that's
once
us,
a week.
And that's because I understand, but that's because we don't have that money.
But why is it that when people get money, all of a sudden they're into depraved shit? Is it because like they get a little taste of it and somebody's like, "Hey, you're famous. You can afford the underground child pornography ring. You interested?" And they go, "No." And they see a 16-year-old, and they're like, maybe. Like, is that how it goes? Do they just fucking, like, work their way down the line?
I would say it probably...
Ian Watkins wanted to pay some lady who was willing to accept the money so that a group of people could rape her infant baby. And they're all in prison forever now. Forever. Like, for fucking ever. What the fuck? Like, Lost Profits doesn't even have that much fucking money. Like... What is it about famous people being drawn to goddamn teenagers and infants and crazy shit?
Here's the thing, though, and if you want to bring up famous people, I think Ian Watkins is more famous now for pulling that shit than he ever was when he was in Lost Prophets.
Well, yeah, but why? Why is it always famous people?
I don't think it's always famous people. We just hear about famous people. For every one famous person that you hear about a child pornography ring, there's 100 to 150 non-famous people that are in that same fucking ring.
Okay, and maybe that's true. I know you're pulling figures out of your ass right now.
I am pulling figures out of my ass, but I guarantee you,
but
what pretty close to that.
What I don't understand is why, when you have that much money, like, why does the money make you do it? Why do
Maybe it's really expensive to be in a child pornography ring.
Why do so many famous people get caught up in that?
Why do so many famous people get caught up in drugs?
Because you start with one thing and you work your way to the next thing, and nothing's good enough, so you work your way to blah, 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 and eventually you're smoking crack. MC Hammer. Fine, yeah. I get it.
It totally makes sense because, I'm famous and I'm rich, and hey, I spent $100,000 on getting myself in shape, and now I'm banging Katy Perry. You know what would be cooler than banging Katy Perry? Banging Katy Perry while I'm high on cocaine. Hell yeah, brother.
But that's a high. People like being high for some fucking reason. So one drug leads to another drug leads to another drug. But at what point are you like, I'm famous and I can pay for good prostitutes, or I could just fucking let people do it for free, or try to get somewhere on my fucking personality. Who the fuck knew? Like, because I can have like nice clothes and good haircuts, and like I can hang out at expensive bars and whatever, and like I can attract the people that I wish to attract. Why, after people get money, do they all of a sudden become attracted to children?
But not all of them do, just
but
some.
So many.
Okay, because it's the same thing. It's the high of doing something wrong. Why did I steal for so long? Because every time I walked out of that place and I fucking stole something and I got away with it, I felt better than I ever had before. It was 10 times better than any joint I'd ever smoked, any line of coke I ever snorted. It was 10 times better than all that.
Stealing.
That was my high. And I have to fight every day not to do it, especially when everyone's fucking overcharging for shit. And I don't want to pay $3.95 for a bag of fucking pizza rolls.
Where the fuck are you going to put pizza rolls?
What?
How would you steal pizza rolls?
I don't know. But I'd steal something else since I had to pay $4 for fucking pizza roll.
I just don't get it.
It's just that high. Like, the closest thing that I can tell you about that high, because you don't do drugs and you don't really do that anything really bad except for occasionally speed, is that is their feeling equal to the feeling when you're playing up on stage.
So they want to diddle children, and I want to make art.
Yeah. And that's where they found that they can get that high.
Because they have the money to afford it.
And because they think they're powerful and they should be able to do whatever the fuck they want.
I don't know. You give me all the money in the whole world, I still don't think I'll be attracted to children.
Okay. I mean, you give me all the money in the whole world and I probably still couldn't get laid. Except for maybe buying a prostitute, which honestly, like, I don't care. Like, that would be a whole nother thing. I mean, like, there will be some people out there, especially if you go to the Middle East and go to Thailand, where they think buying a prostitute is 10 times worse than having sex with a child. That it's morally wrong. Then you also have some other people that would think buying a prostitute is equally as morally wrong as having sex with a child.
I'd say that the prostitute gave consent.
True.
So that's not as bad as diddling a child.
I mean, I agree. I'm just giving other options out there.
I don't get it. I don't fucking get it.
And it's good, because if you got it, then you'd be hanging out next to Jared.
Yeah. So fuck him, and I didn't give a shit about Subway anyway, so I don't care. I know it's not their fault, but their food sucks anyway. And
Their guacamole is the worst guacamole.
thank you for that insight.
I was just thinking about how extra salty it is compared to like Chipotle's or anybody else's.
Yeah, well, their food sucks shit.
True.
Except they normally have cherry Coke, which makes me happy. But that's about it. So,
Next topic.
I think that pretty well clears up Jared Fogle being a colossal piece of shit.
Jared Fogle.
Yeah, fuck that guy. There was something about holding of the door.
Okay, this will be my semi-stab at feminism, but not really because it's not a stab. I'm literally, like, I'm trying. I feel like I can't go 5 feet in this day and age with running into a feminist, and there's not a problem with that. I feel like I can't go 5 feet without running into a different kind of feminist. And I'll throw out a couple examples real quick. I'm sure everybody's seen it on Facebook by now, but there is several females that are posting about how they refuse to breastfeed any male children that they have, and that they feel it is a negative thing, the fact that they are having male children. You haven't seen any of this?
No. I don't think any of my friends are that stupid.
Well, I had a couple friends that are against it posted, actually.
Oh. Well, I'd hope so.
But, I actually do have one acquaintance on Facebook who did agree with it. And I tried to get her opinion of it. And I was like, okay, why do you think that men shouldn't be breastfed? And men should be circumcised, which is fine because I was circumcised and most of us were circumcised. And she's like, because if you don't breastfeed men, you take away the power of man, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, I thought you were a feminist. I thought you wanted equality. And her literal words were, until we are running this world for a minimum of 500 years, there will be no such thing as real equality.
Which is ridiculous. Obviously.
There's other things. I do have a friend that is somewhat of a feminist, or she is completely feminist, and at least she does attempt to explain to me her views on feminism, which would be more around the middle. Which leads to not quite feminism, but not quite, I don't know what to call it, but basically what happened today. I will admit that this woman was pretty. She was probably mid-30s, very, let's just say, stacked in all the right areas. She was walking up to Papa John's. I had just finished the cigarette. I held the door open for her. She looked at me and said, do you think I can't get the door myself? And I said, I'm sure you can get the door yourself. And she is like, well, is it because I'm a hot young woman? And I said, actually, no, because if you were a man or not hot or young, I would still be holding the door for you because it's the polite thing to do.
Meanwhile, I hold the door for so many people, and I've never gotten this. And apparently I scare the shit out of people, so I genuinely feel bad for you that this has happened to you at least once.
I just don't understand. Like, she literally took it offensively that I was being polite. And the only other thing about this that I have to say is I kind of saw the opposite of this about 3 weeks ago at Zip City, where a young boy, I'd say 8 or 9, held the door open for a man that was walking in behind him. Just an older man. And his mom literally snatched him up and started spanking him and going, you're a man. You do not open the door for another man. Do you think you're gay or something? Because faggots aren't allowed in my house.
Trying to beat common courtesy out of children?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
She literally said, you only open the door for females and females only.
Why does it always have to be one crazy thing or the other? Like, why can't
there be any middle ground?
I don't get it.
I do I admit that woman was hot? Yes. That's not the reason I opened the door for her. If it was a 65-year-old, bald, chubby dude, I would still open the door. It's polite. I'm at work. I'm paid to be polite.
Yeah.
Even if I wasn't paid to be polite, I'd still probably hold the door. There's a way that my parents raised me, and that's to be polite. Hold the door open for people. When somebody gives you something, say thank you, have a nice day. You know, like, I'll give a really good example. If somebody's trying to get over, and I let them over, that should brighten their day, that they were, even just a small amount, that they were able to get over. But you know what really pisses me off? If they don't wave.
You always wave.
You always wave.
You always fucking wave. Whether you think they can actually see it or not, you wave.
Yeah, you always just put your hand up or...
Hell, to make sure they saw it, I don't just give the like little hand flip. I put it there and I shake it like at least twice.
You just always wave, because you know what? I know it does for me, and I know it does for other people. That makes... that might be the only type of communication that person has with another human being that day.
I just think it's fucking courtesy.
It is courtesy.
Like, that's all that needs to be explained about that is it's fucking common courtesy.
Speaking of common courtesy, Apple Music finally put that record on Apple Music today, so that's what I also listened to today.
God damn it.
Which I don't understand, since that record's 2 years old.
There's no way it's that old.
It came in, it says 2013. I didn't think it was that old either, but...
Huh.
Unless maybe it was December of 2013.
Maybe it was late.
Anyways, that's about all I have to say about being polite.
That brings me to something I'd posted earlier today, because I've seen a couple different videos where they take a attractive young woman and follow her around with a camera through like New York City and watch her get hit on. And they're like, catcalling makes women feel like they're sexual objects and makes them feel unsafe because people don't know how to take no for an answer, and it's this male-dominated culture where women are objects and men just walk around screaming sexual crap at women. And most of the people in these videos were just the biggest assholes on earth. Like, the kind of people that you or I would just be like, hey, like, if we saw this, you'd be like, hey, idiot, fucking shut up. Don't talk to anybody, let alone a woman that way. Go away. You're a piece of shit. Like, any normal person would tell that guy to fuck off. And they cut together these videos of like 20 dudes doing it. And they're like, see, men just run around saying nasty shit to women all fucking day. So those campaigns are fucking stupid. Do they have a certain point? Yes. Are they using PETA tactics to prove it? Yes. Which ultimately means they're assholes. So it seems like people are on this kick now, like, don't objectify women, you can't catcall. Okay, well, what's catcalling? Because I think about, like, fucking construction workers on their lunch break, like, whistling at a girl, like, in the fucking Bugs Bunny cartoons.
That would be nice compared to what they're trying to ship out as considered catcalling in this day and age.
But here's the problem is, like, while I do think that just, like, yelling, hey, I really want to grab your tits at a stranger is super, like...
I've never heard that in real life. Like, the closest thing to a real catcall is, damn, girl, you're hot.
Like, and that's the thing, like, they make it sound like people are, like, literally saying, I'm gonna do this. Like, I would so fuck your face or something like that. And then they're like, ew, stop saying that to me. I already told you I wasn't interested. Like, yeah, that's shitty. I've never seen this, but apparently it happens. So I will say here's my problem.
I will say of the African American community, they do seem to there seems to be more catcalling as far as that culture goes.
Yeah, sure.
With each other though, like, I don't know.
Well, and here's the thing, though, is that I need to know if in this day and age, any random compliment is considered
Oh, yeah.
catcalling.
No, it's considered wrong. Because, man, if I tell a girl she's pretty, whether it be in real life or on Facebook, the first thing she's going to go is, well, I don't want to fuck you. I just said you were pretty.
But how did we get here? How the fuck did we get here? Like,
I mean, we could do a whole podcast just on that. How the fuck did we get here?
the internet and text messages have literally made it to the point where, like, people don't know how to talk to each other.
Oh, I agree. I don't know how to talk to people.
Like, all of a sudden, everyone's socially awkward. Remember, like, 10 years ago when you'd be walking through the mall because you had nothing fucking better to do?
I always had something better to do.
Okay, well, you're cruising for chicks, and you were just, like, hanging out at the mall and, like, going into every store and pretending like you're interested in shit that you weren't, whatever, because you're bored. It was Saturday, and, like, there's, like, 3 of you, and, like, 2 pretty girls walk by, and you immediately fucking turn on your heels and go talk to these girls. Hi, I'm so-and-so. How are you? What school do you go to? You're really cute. Whatever. And, like, maybe they're like, hey, we have boyfriends. And you're like, that's a shame. You know, and some idiot would probably give her the phone number anyway or something. Who the
Yeah, I
fuck
have
knows?
goldfish. Who cares?
Yeah, like, but most of the time you'd be like, damn, too bad. Hope to see you around. Or maybe they're like, oh, well, what are you into? And you had a conversation with strangers. And you had a conversation with strangers because you wished to date them or something. You found them
but
attractive.
Mommy and Daddy told me not to talk to strangers.
Yeah, but anyway. You approached someone that you were romantically interested in based on, you know, who the fuck they were or what they looked like or whatever, and that's shallow, fine, but plenty of people do it. And then you had a conversation. If they weren't interested, they said no, or I have a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, or, you know, I'm not into you, whatever. They're just fucking mean about it. Or however it happened, but people had these conversations in public. How do you think your parents met? Like, Dad probably walked up and was just like, hey, you're really hot. Let's dance. And then they fucking danced or whatever.
I mean, my mom and dad met on a blind date.
But now that's creepy. Everything's fucking creepy now. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Nobody
Well,
knows how
I
to
mean,
talk to each other.
You can't have a blind date with Facebook.
Right, because somebody knows somebody who knows somebody, and you talk to them ahead of time.
Hey, I'm supposed to go hang out with this girl. Did you look at her on Facebook? No, it's supposed to be a blind date. Look at her on Facebook. Oh, shit, she's 975 pounds. I ain't going on that date.
Anyway, we have Tinder. No one knows how to communicate properly.
No, you just swipe right, bro.
If you approach a random human being in public now, there's a problem. If a man
Yeah,
approaches
she thinks
a
you're
woman,
going to rape her.
how did we get to that? How the fuck is every random compliment an aggressive sexual advance? Like, sure, I don't remember the last time I just blurted out a flirty compliment to somebody. I've been in a fucking relationship for over 4 years, so that thought has hardly even crossed my mind. Like, I see a pretty girl and I'm like, wow, she's really pretty. You know who else is really pretty? My girlfriend's pretty. That reminds me, I have a pretty girlfriend. Like, you see somebody and you're like, oh, a girl. Oh, right. I've already got that covered. Fantastic. Thanks for the reminder, pretty lady. Have a nice, pretty day. In your head, right? You don't say shit. But
You
like,
sound like you're in the fucking Lego movie right now.
yeah, fine. But even before that, where I was single for like 3 fucking years, like, the regular dating had already been fucked up so much at that point. But I remember, like, as a teenager, like, you'd be, I don't know, you'd be fucking anywhere. You'd be at a show. And you'd just be like, hey, you're cute. And, like, they'd turn around and you just fucking wink at them or some shit. Like, people just said shit to
That
each other.
worked for you? Anytime I would yell
No,
that,
it
would be
never
like,
fucking worked
It would
for
be
me.
like a dude would turn around or something.
That never fucking worked. Okay, if a dude turned around, that'd be extra funny. And then I would laugh, and then hopefully the chick would laugh too, and like then we'd have something to talk about, except it was funny or whatever. But who the fuck knows? Like, it didn't work. It was a
I don't
fucking
know.
loser.
The one thing, real quick, about this whole topic that we had just talked about before we started this was the one thing that I absolutely hate too is like, if a girl gets catcalled, she thinks that dude's hot. Yeah.
Then it's okay.
It's okay. But if she thinks that dude is ugly, catcalling's wrong.
And well, let's say it's not every time.
Okay, and it doesn't have to be just girls. I mean, guys get catcalled sometimes.
Yeah. Shit. Okay, maybe it's because I'm not someone who likes to play the victim, and I'm not a normally victimized human being. I'm a 26. Shit, I'm 26, aren't I?
Are you? I thought you were 25.
No, I'm 26 now.
Okay.
Ew. Fucking 250 something pound, 6 foot tall male. I'm not what you would consider vulnerable. So I don't feel threatened ever. And, I'm never gonna, like, a chick's never gonna hit on me so hard that I'm like, oh no, she's gonna attack me. Like, even if that were to happen, I'd be like, well, I'm probably just gonna, like, stiff arm her and run like hell. She's gonna try to, like, grab my dick or something. The bitch, get away. You're crazy. But, like, it won't come to that because that doesn't fucking happen all that much. But, especially not to a guy fucking my size looking like this. No. But, like, the few times in my life that I realize, like, somebody in public is flirting with me and, like, I finally figure it out, I'm just like, oh. I mean, no, but wow. Other humans on the earth desire me. I feel good about myself. I'm going to now take this positive energy and take it home to my girlfriend. I'm going to have a better day. And, like, sometimes you just see a chick in the fucking line at Speedway or something, and you're like, wow, she has really pretty eyes. Or that's a really nice dress. And you think it in your head. And, like, it used to be that people fucking said it to each other. You see it in old movies.
Yeah.
Like, people just walking past each other on the sidewalk and shit, and they'd say that to each other, and, like, that's gone now. Now, if you're... You see that, you're like, wow, that's a really nice outfit. They're like, ew, get away from me. I don't know you. Motherfucker, that's how you meet the love of your life, is that you fucking run into a human being that you don't know, and you talk to each other. Like, how is anybody ever going to find happiness if you're just, like, flipping through fucking Tinder and Facebook and hoping to make a relationship out of it? You can't be closed-minded to things like that. You can't walk around.
What are you talking about? I'll totally meet my wife by liking every girl I know's pictures on Facebook.
Oh, my God. Like, people have, with their insecurities and their media hype bullshit and their victim complexes, have literally ruined romance. It's fucking dead.
I think it's been ruined way before us.
But especially now. You can't...
Especially in this current age of technology, yes.
You can't meet a stranger and suddenly be dating in 2 weeks because you've really found them interesting and you have similar interests. You happen to bump into each other at the fucking comic book store. If anything, you ask the people will ask somebody else there who happens to know that person, and they play fucking Scott Pilgrim, and they're like, oh, who's the girl with hair like this? And they're like, oh, that's Ramona Flowers.
I actually don't like that way, because that seems too junior high-esque.
But
I would rather just actually punch myself in the balls, grow some nuts again, and then be like, what's up?
I see you like Nightwing. I also like Nightwing. By the way,
Dick Grayson. That
whatever.
was a horrible... If I said to a girl right now, I see you like Nightwing, she would take that as a Dick Grayson joke, and that would be a penis joke, and that would be bad.
I don't think it... Okay. I'm not the DC nerd that you are. But
I know.
Point is, that's like... That's how romance is dead. And I understand that there are plenty of people who don't know when to take fucking no for an answer. I've watched it happen. It's fucking creepy. And, like, most people don't act like that. I'd say more people act like that than they used to. And that is also a byproduct of the fact that human interaction and flirting has just turned into people blurting out nasty shit on the fucking internet. You always see those chicks, like, screen cap the shitty message she got. Hey, sexy, fucking like your picture. Hey, what's up?
You know
what's up? Wait, you're not going to talk to me? You fucking bitch. Like... You know that's because they're socially retarded because they can't talk to normal human beings.
You know what's hilarious about all that to me, though, is like...
That's a fucking symptom.
I could never... Like, it... it literally probably would take, if I saw a cute girl on Facebook and I didn't know her in real life, one, I would never be able to send her a message. And two, like, there's no way I would ever be able to say, hey, sexy. It's like, hey, I see you like Frisbee golf on your profile. I also like Frisbee golf. You live in Memphis, Tennessee. Are there any good Frisbee golf courses in Memphis, Tennessee?
Yeah. But
I am socially awkward.
For so many reasons, though, courtship and romance and things are just fucking dead. And now, when normal people try to compliment each other or do things the old school way, it's so often met with, oh, that guy's creepy. I felt afraid for my life because he said I was really cute. It's like, look, unless the dude is fucking following you around, I really don't think you should take it that hard. And if you're a dude fucking stalking chicks on Facebook and sending them like mean messages because they won't talk to you or anything like that, then fucking punch yourself right in the dick, 'cause you're a piece of shit. But like, I know I'm old school and I'm a prude and I'm a weirdo and all this other shit. You fucking stop nodding, asshole.
You are a prude.
That's fine.
I don't know about a weirdo, just a prude.
But like, I remember when you could just speak to normal human beings and you get shot down and you go,
What's the thing? Nobody's normal anymore.
Like, it also comes back. I made this point, like, nobody has any self-esteem anymore. Self-esteem is a fucking forgotten thing. And it's weird because in a world where everyone's socially awkward, they don't know how to talk to each other. The few people who do know how to try to flirt, to inflate someone's ego, to make them feel good so that they'll talk to them again, is met with hostility, and yet no one has any self-esteem. Like, it's this really shitty, annoying cycle that I don't understand. Like, if I went to Kroger and the fucking chick ringing me out was like, give me the eyeball, and was just like, oh, it's an awful lot of groceries. I don't know why she'd talk like that. It's an awful lot of groceries for just a single man like you. To be like, oh, I actually have a girlfriend. And they'd be like, oh, that's too bad. Lucky girl. Hee hee, big smile. I'd be like, this chick's coming on to me. Wow, I feel really good.
Back. You are a weirdo.
Yeah, fine. I'm a weirdo. But like, that shit doesn't really happen. No. Especially to me. Especially to you.
Especially to me.
Hey, you start with a haircut, but
I actually thought this haircut would get me, a nice young, not young, but like 22-year-old. See, that young came out wrong.
Yeah, it's the way you said it.
Yeah, young. I meant like younger than the 45-year-olds that be hitting on me every day.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. Tinder is the worst thing about the world.
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't.
And like I said, I understand that some people take it too far, and they should probably get their asses beat. But part of the reason that I think they do that is because communication's so fucked.
Communication
no one knows how to flirt.
Because honestly, like, and it's happened to me before. It's literally happened to me where like, I've said hey, and a girl said, hey, what's up? And I've said, like, started a conversation. And then we had, like, a 5-second conversation. And then they just never end up hitting me back. And it's just like... And then, like, 6 months go down the road. And I run into that person. And they have a boyfriend. And they're just like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, hey, haven't heard from you in a while. And she's like, yeah, I don't know. Life's been going on. I was like, oh, cool. And she's like... I have a boyfriend now, but remember when I messaged you 6 months ago? I really, really liked you. Well, why didn't you say something? Well, I was just playing hard to get.
See, yeah, I don't know anything about that. But that actually brings me to the other point. That people... people message, somebody on Facebook that they don't know, or maybe they're going to try to flirt with them, or whatever. And they're like, oh, hey, how's it going? And, like, the chick fires back, I have a boyfriend. It's like, motherfucker, I just wanted to know what time it was. Like, you could just chill the fuck out. Or you can ask him. Like,
On the opposite side of that, though, I swear it's happened to me probably 30 times in my life. And it's really weird because, like, I won't even be... Maybe I'll be a little more flirty than I realize. But, like, I feel like I always get the same answer. And maybe it's just that I don't know how to read it in girls properly. But I will always get the... Q, you're a really awesome individual. And if I liked penis, I would totally date you.
yeah.
There was actually a girl at Matterfest. Like, she told me I was a really awesome person and that she was saying all these nice things and I was getting excited. Like, not, like, I wasn't thinking of her, like, in a sexual aspect at all. She was just saying all these really nice things. Like, you're enjoyable to talk to, blah, 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 all this. And I was like, cool, thank you. She's like, I can't wait till you meet my girlfriend tomorrow. I was like, that's not where I thought that was going, but that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. The whole thing just confuses the shit out of me.
I don't know.
I really don't get down on, like, these random victim complexes people come up with. Like, I understand that there are oppressed groups of people in the world, and there's still equal rights problems. I've been trying to slowly bring to the light the fact that, like, one of the only groups of people who's completely oppressed still in America and no one fucking talks about is atheists. We get the shit end of the deal and no one fucking cares.
What about Native Americans?
Well, yeah. The few that are left, Native Americans
And I
are really
disagree
good.
with the whole atheism thing.
What do you mean? We don't get a bad rap? And we don't have the same rights as everybody else? I promise you we
totally
don't.
have the same rights as everyone else. Yes, you do.
It is illegal.
There's probably more of you than there are Christians these days.
Not even close. It is illegal in 7 states for me to hold public office.
Okay.
There was a poll done. They said the majority of people said they would rather keep the company of murderers and rapists than someone who didn't believe in God.
Okay, but that was you. I think you showed me that poll. It was only like 1,000 people.
Well, whatever. It's a decent census. Anyway, there are groups of people who have a bad rap.
Okay, well, I would say about 54% of my friends are atheist or agnostic or anti-theist, and about 46% have some religious background or faith. Presently, not background.
Yeah, and then the numbers are changing, and people aren't terrified of us anymore. But that's young people. The other half of people, old people.
I'm still terrified of you white people.
God damn it, you're a white people.
White people.
Point is, I don't get down on victim complexes. I don't run around talking about everything that's ever happened bad or anything that could possibly happen bad. So I don't understand this. I think if I saw somebody in public, in a Starbucks or I don't fucking know, at a grocery store, anywhere,
I'd be scared to hit on a girl in Starbucks because what if they've had too much caffeine? What's up? I really like your dress. Thanks! Would you like to sit down and have a cup of coffee?
I mean, coffee sounds great. Anyway, I just feel like if I saw these scenarios where somebody hits on a girl and she's like, yeah, sorry, I'm engaged. And they're like, oh, I don't care. Or they cop an attitude and like try to get shitty with him. I'm pretty sure if I saw that, I'd grab his head, slam it to the fucking drywall. Like,
I think you would say something before you actually took his head and slammed it into the fucking drywall.
I said through,
whatever.
leave an asshole print on the wall. But
Well, then just turn around and throw him into the wall to leave an asshole print.
I meant the shape of his
I know
face.
what the fuck you're talking about.
This devil's advocate thing is really fucking annoying. Anyway, like I've never seen it happen. I don't know when it happens. If it happens at nightclubs or bars or something. I don't hang out in bars. Whatever. I'm pretty sure I've made my point. I don't have shit else to say about that.
Do we have any other topics?
Not written down, no.
I don't really want to talk about what I was going to talk about.
What do you want to talk about?
I don't really want to talk about it. I guess we'll talk about it briefly. If there's anybody out there that actually thinks I'm cool, which I know our one listener, Eli, does not. I had a
God damn it.
I had a conversation with a good friend this past weekend at Matterfest, and Chris, I don't think he was joking. I think he was being serious. He literally thinks I'm like the coolest person ever, and like I was just telling Brandon, like I'm not that cool. First of all, I'm not. In some of my friends' eyes, I'm not cool at all. But I mean, like I'm not really that cool or that important. I mean, I can be, maybe some of the things I do, but me as a whole, I'm not. I'm not the type of person that gets phone calls. I hang out with Brandon and Michaela and Greg and Josh Clark sometimes, if he's not on his spiritual journey like he is right now. Sierra. I mean, like, those are the amount of friends that call me to come hang out. And I mean, like, everybody's always asking me, like, you know, you and Greg have been friends for so long. He admits to doing some shitty things to you. Why are you guys still friends? He calls me 3 times a week. When he knows I'm having a bad anxiety attack and I don't want to leave my house, he comes over to my house and drags me out. He goes, hey, you need to face this. He doesn't even say it that nicely. He goes, hey, you need to go out and get some pussy. But hey, he's there. He is a friend. Maybe he's retarded, but he's still a friend. Man, like, anyone, like, there's a whole bunch of friends that I see at shows that I would love to, like, and I hit them up sometimes, and I get it, we're all busy outside of shows, maybe, because, like, I'll hit up Chris Richter, and I'll be like, hey, what are you doing tonight? You want to hang out? And he'll just be like, well, I'm at work till 2 in the morning. I'll be like, man, that sucks. But, okay. And I don't know. I feel like it's just more fun to hang out with people. It really is.
Well, I think
argue with people, discuss things with people, fucking
that's changed
live
a little
in this
bit
world.
Since you haven't been able to do shows.
That's changed a little bit since I haven't been able to do shows. I also admit that I will say half of it is my fault because when I was dating Miranda, I didn't have the time to hang out with everyone. Or I didn't make the time to hang out with everyone like I should have. But I don't know. I'm really not that cool. I definitely don't think I'm any cooler than anybody else. Except for maybe the guys in Sworn In. I'm definitely cooler than them.
God damn it.
I'm probably not even as
we
cool as...
We spend so much time fucking with Sworn In. I really hope they listen to every last one of these.
I wish.
Hey, man, those guys fucking hate us.
I hope they just show up one day while we're podcasting and beat the shit out of us.
That'd be so cool. I mean, it won't happen because they're probably all pussies, but...
It won't happen because...
We're us and we're not important.
Yeah. So, I don't really have anything else to talk about. I've actually gone this whole podcast without a cigarette, which is fucking gnarly for me. But I really need one right now.
Yeah. Well, I don't really think there's much else to talk about. Q needs friends and a kidney.
And a venue.
And, yeah. If you can supply any of those things, let us know. And
get all your friends to follow Angry Old Dude so I have more friends.
Yeah. Yeah. We have a Facebook page. It's not getting a lot of likes, so fucking like that shit. Yeah. And
this upcoming week, Saturday is He is Legend and Sleepwave at the Thompson House. And next week is 7 Seconds on Wednesday. And Bane Turnstile on Thursday. And then Saturday is the big Hours Aside at the Thompson House. And Brandon Benson's benefit up at the Canal Street Tavern in Dayton. And Third Eye Blind at the Taste of Blue Ash.
Hooray.
And we will all see you later.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.